Please stand for the national light of Luxembourg and of Turkey. Your Excellency, Mr. Oitunga, Acting Director General for Southern and Western Europe from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Turkey, dear ambassadors, dear colleagues, dear friends of Luxembourg, welcome to the Luxembourg House to celebrate the National Day of Luxembourg, the birthday of our Grand Duke. Our current Grand Duke Henri wasn't actually born on this day, on the 23rd of June. Neither were his father, Grand Duke Jean, nor his grandmother, Grand Duchess Charlotte. The latter two were born in January. I don't know if any one of you has been to Luxembourg in January, but it's not the best time to visit. It's a little bit dark and grey and cold. And well, it's surely not a big time to have a big celebration. Hence, in December 1961, the 23rd of June was officially established as the Grand Duke's birthday and is celebrated on this day ever since. But today we also want to honor the bilateral relations with our host country, Turkey, a new candidate country and an important NATO ally. In the current times, plagued by numerous conflicts in the region and worldwide, it is essential to have good and reliable partners. And for us, for Luxembourg, Turkey is such a strategic partner. Our two countries, they established their diplomatic relations just after World War II in 1946. Since then, they have been further strengthened with the establishment and opening of our resident embassy in Ankara in 2011. And in general, we can say that we have very solid commercial relations, reaching a volume of 280 million euros in 2024. Last year, Luxembourg was also at the 12th place among the foreign investors in Turkey. And in general, we can say that the trade and finance components are without any doubt important pillars of our bilateral relations. This is even highlighted more by the recent visit of Minister Šimček to Luxembourg at the beginning of this month. Luxembourg tourists, they love to come to Turkey. Last year we had a total of 16,500 of them, facilitated by daily Turkish airline flights from Luxembourg to Istanbul, but also by regular flights during the summer months operated by our national airline Luxair to Izmir and Antalya. but Turkish citizens seem to love Luxembourg too. We have a growing Turkish community in our country, currently around 2,000 people. Well, you might think that is small, but we are a country of 680,000 people, so for us it's a medium-sized community, and it's an important community. Last year, our embassy processed a record number of 3,300 visa requests, the majority for business purposes and family visits. And in fact, the Turkish community in Luxembourg is also a positive pull factor for this high visa demand and helps to strengthen economic relations and cultural ties between our two countries. Luxembourg also stood with Turkey in more difficult times. After the earthquakes of February 2023, we provided financial and logistic support and deployed our satellite platform emergency.lu in affected areas to help restore communication services. You all might surprise you, but even our languages, Turkish and Luxembourgish, they have something in common, at least one thing I want to say. I was told approximately 5,000 Turkish words originated from French, and while Luxembourgish is closer to German in its structure and grammar, an important part of our modern vocabulary also has its origin in the French language. So, voilà. Before I end my speech, let me thank our sponsors, Turkish Airlines, Mass Logistics and Traxis for their financial support. Also a big thank you to my team at the embassy for their hard work and commitment. And I think, last but not least, to my wife Idania for her patience and for her support. Thank you very much.
Distinguished guests, it's an honor and pleasure to be with you this evening. I extend my sincere congratulations and best wishes to Luxembourg on the occasion of this important day. Having strong ties of friendship, common values, and similar vision on regional and international issues, Turkey and Luxembourg are two reliable allies in NATO and have close cooperation in many fields. At the 78th anniversary of our diplomatic relations, it is very pleasing for us to see that both sides are dedicated to further enhance bilateral ties and cooperate for international peace and stability. In this framework, we are happy to have hosted Minister Bettel in Antalya in May on the occasion of the informal meeting of NATO foreign ministers. Luxembourg is one of the leading international finance and business centers, and Turkey is a gateway opening to the markets in Eurasia, the Middle East and Africa. Thus, economic and trade relations constitute an important aspect of our relations, as my colleague just mentioned. Sometimes the calculations and the numbers differ. So I'm going to say that Luxembourg has been the 7th largest investor in Turkey since 2002. Between 2002 and February 2025, the total foreign direct investment from Luxembourg and Turkey reached almost $11 billion. We are very happy about it, and we would like to see more investment from Luxembourg, which has the capacity. The Turkish foreign direct investment in Luxembourg, though, approximately amounts to $1.5 billion during this period. As Mr. Geisbusch mentioned, following the minister of Mr. Gilrod last year to Turkey, this year in beginning of this month, our finance minister, Mr. Şimşek, visited Luxembourg and held fruitful consultations on economy and finance. Actually, we value such visits and meetings since they also serve to exchange views on common approaches to global matters. We are also very much pleased about the increasing number of tourists from Luxembourg to our country, and we would like to welcome more guests from Luxembourg. Dear guests, last I would like to remind that EU membership remains a strategic goal for us. Therefore, as a founding member of the European Union, Luxembourg's support to our membership process and the revitalization of Turkey-EU relations based on a positive agenda and common interests is important for us. On the other hand, Turkey is an inseparable part of Europe. Security of Europe and Turkey is linked. Current international and global challenges and fast-evolving developments require deeper and larger cooperation as well as solidarity. Europe's security is unthinkable without Turkey in the picture. While the efforts to design a new European security defense architecture are gaining momentum, it is vital for us to underline that Turkey is the backbone of the European pillar of NATO. In this framework, we will continue our consultations and coordination with Luxembourg on matters of common interest and concern. Before concluding my remarks, I would also like to thank all the embassy staff for organizing this beautiful event, and we are looking forward to this evening's recital. Congratulations to Luxembourg again on their National Day, and thank you.